Hello world, it's your girl, Pearl, and today's video, I just wanted to set the premise for this and put a little intro before I started the video. As most of you might have noticed, my content has kind of started drifting towards relationships. Oh, my bra is showing. Toward relationships and how people, in my case, male, female, I know there are different combinations of partnerships, and however those are put together, that's your walk. And but at the end of the day, regardless of who you are, we all as human beings want the same things. We want respect, kindness, thoughtfulness, and love. At the end of the day, love. So the next grouping of videos that I'll be doing, I'll be throwing in some other videos in between that are more fun, or I like to keep it kind of light anyway, but that are more fun or more, lighthearted. But what I wanted to do was to start, and I'm saying a lot. That is that's rule number one that you don't do in public speaking, but it's my channel, whatever. So what I wanted to do was start talking to people and interviewing people that have maybe been through traumatic breakups or traumatic things in their lives that affected them for the rest of their life, in how they make decisions, in how they move, in how they deal with other people, and even in future relationships. This is not, I wanted to say, am I still in pain? Yes, there's still some trauma inside. But I didn't want to just address my trauma and my pain, because I am not independent in this pain, struggle thing that we're dealing with as a whole in our community individually. Like each person that you come in contact with, you don't know their story, you don't know what they've been through, you don't know how many times their heart has been stepped on. So to honor that, I thought it only appropriate to start doing interviews with people and getting a little bit more in depth in their journey and how they got over things, or how they dealt with the situation when it arose. Yeah, so my first video I'm very proud of. My very, very, very close best friend, her name is Mantra, and without further ado, let's get into this video. And before I say that, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and like the video, comment on the video. If something touches your heart and you feel you need to say it, please do in the comment section. I try to get back to everyone. I try to make some type of comment or something every time somebody comments on a video. So it would help me, it would push the channel. And I don't know if you're aware, but we've hit 93 subscribers, and I'm very excited. I know in the grand scheme of YouTube, the YouTube world, that's very small, but to me it's very big, and I appreciate every single one of you who have liked my videos and who have commented, and who have subscribed. And like I said a long time ago, when I hit 100 subscribers, I will be sending out a present to that 100th subscriber. So like I said in my last video, please, let's make this a community. Let's not hurt in pain and in the shadows. Let's share and get these feelings out. And I want this to be a platform for that. So this is the first of many interviews on my channel, and I think she had a lot of wonderful things to say. I don't want this to turn into like a bashing session. We're not here to bash the person. We're here to put a light on the hurt and the pain that is left behind after things have fallen apart. I do want to start talking to people who have positive experiences after a breakup, and so the world can see that things can be bright on the other side. So without further ado, Here's mantra. What's your name? Or what do you want to, it's whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's use mantra. It's the name I'm rolling with these days.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm mantra.
Okay. Like a little summary of yourself and who you are, what you feel about yourself.
I feel like I am just grooving on this human experience.
I love it.
I'm definitely an artist. I'm a creative mind. But it's hard to say what I am. I don't know yet.
That's fine. Let's see. So, I know my channel has been going toward relationships and interactions between females and males. That's just what it is.
Right.
And so I don't want to just singly make you talk about your ex or whatever, but since I'm going through a fresh breakup, if you want to just let me know, how did you meet your ex, or the ex that we're speaking of?
Right.
How did you meet him?
We met at a concert.
Okay.
A Depeche Mode concert. And flew to another town to watch this concert. I went from Raleigh to Miami.
Okay.
Had a little vacation. Wasn't planning on meeting anybody.
Okay.
And then there he was.
He was beautiful, gorgeous.
He was there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I almost gave him a fake number, but I didn't. And I kind of wish I did. But, you know, I'm honest. So he started texting, and I was like, I just ignored him for like a month. I was like, we don't live in the same state. I'm not even going to waste my time.
Yeah.
And then I decided, well, you know, why not? And so his last text was, "Where'd you go?" And so I was like, all right, well, we'll just see what happens. And it just started off as texting.
Okay.
He was in Miami. I was up here. I was doing my thing, girl. My life was good. I had my own apartment. I had my own car. I was a teacher at the EPA, and I was doing burlesque. I just met y'all.
That's right.
And so I was like feeling it, like 26, 27. I was feeling it. I was doing good. And it started off as just chatting, and then it turned into, well, let me come and hang out with you. And then I I drove down there to see him, hang out with my family, and I got too attached too fast, and that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yep, because then you're like, oh my God, this guy's the one, and you have this script in your head of how it all is supposed to go.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm awesome. I'm going to make this guy know what love is. I'm going to love him so hard that he's going to be like, she's the one.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of a foolish mindset to have. But I think we're all a little guilty of it.
Yes, especially lovers at heart.
Hopeful lovers.
Hopeful
yes,
lovers
we're just
at
like,
heart.
yes, let me just love the heck out of this person.
Exactly.
That's okay. That's who I am.
That's right. Own it.
Yeah.
Let's see. My next question was like, well, you kind of answered it, but in the beginning, how did it make you feel to be with him?
You know, and I think this is why I fell so hard for this one, because he made me feel alive. He made me feel gorgeous. He made me learn to love my body, because I didn't quite love it at that time. It just it was like a drug. It wasn't forced. It was just this amazing relationship where this man woke something up in me, and I just hit the ground running because I wanted to be an amazing person for both of us, but I did want to be an amazing woman for him. And
Okay, that's great. That's a great answer. Let's see. So here's the kicker part.
Okay, bring it.
When did you think that things started to go sideways? Like, or things started to go wrong in your mind?
So we had a 6-year relationship, and around year 3, so about halfway through, a lot of red flags. things I was not prepared to even deal with.
Mm-hmm.
He was just laying shit out on the table that he wanted. And I was like, nah, bro, this ain't that. Like, you got the wrong girl. And if you've been with me all this time and you still don't know who I am and what my boundaries are, well, shame on you because you're sleeping.
Right.
You're sleeping through this.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, we got to get out of Miami. I didn't really like Miami.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my flavor. So we pack it up and go to California. And we have these stars in our eyes. And we were in a band. And we're like, we're going to make it in California, man.
An amazing band.
So and that's what makes me upset, because our music was special, it was good, it was different. We could have been a part of that electronic movement that was really big in 2010, 2011, mm-hmm. but the motherfucker had different plans.
Yes.
So we go to California, and I basically just had a panic attack out there. We were homeless for 2 months. The place is expensive.
It is.
We chalked it up to this amazing adventure. And I just was so in love with this person. Like, I didn't care if I was homeless with him, rich with him, nothing. I was like, we're just doing this. And we had a good little friend circle out there, mm-hmm. not a big one, but we had some friends out there. Mm-hmm. And they were artists. And so we thought we were in the right place. But I just had a panic attack on Baker Beach one day, looking at the Golden Gate Bridge. And I was just like, I don't want to be here. This is not where I'm running the rat race. Yeah. And I don't want you to see me struggle here, because I wanted him to respect me. And at that time, I felt like he didn't respect me, and I didn't know why.
Right.
Weird. I just noticed that. But, like he didn't respect me. So I was like, well, let's just pack it up, and I want to go back out east. Mm-hmm. All my family's out here. My grandparents were alive at the time, and I'm, like, super tight with them. So I was like, I need to be there when they pass. Yeah. So I think he hated me for that. Like, resented me because I killed his California dream. Didn't mean to, but I was just like, dude, I'm going through this thing. We're almost in our 30s, or we might have just turned 30. I can't remember. And life was just upside down.
Right.
A huge reason why we left Miami is because our landlord was taking our rent but not paying his fucking mortgage. And then the bank came over one day and was like, knock, knock. This, like, really handsome, like, Latino in a hot pink shirt from the bank was like, I'm so sorry, but we're serving you papers, or whatever they say, fucking adult language. Yeah. You got to get out of your house. Go. And I was just like, I literally said this. I said, I just painted the walls. The guy was like super metro, like handsome Ricky Martin. He laughed. He was like, I'm so sorry. Like, he didn't care, but I was just like, bro, I just painted. I'm happy here. Yeah. Girl, I was happy there in that house. Yeah. But it just wasn't meant to be. And so then when we came back here, that's when shit really just
hit the fan.
Was not
what it was supposed to
what it was supposed to be, what we talked about. We had goals. We had goals with our band. We had goals with just each other as artists. Life. Life. Like, we had some plans, and I didn't think they were unrealistic. Okay. And so then by the time we got here, it took us a while to get settled again. I mean, we were driving all over the United States, which was wonderful. Great memories in that little Hyundai Tiburon. Yeah. But, I mean, it's like I brought him here and he became a different person. And I think what I'm learning about people, and I see it in men, they need sex as a release of stress. And I kind of don't agree with that. Yeah. I get it on a scientific level, but come on now.
I know.
I mean, smoke a cigarette or go for a jog. I don't know.
Work out.
Yeah.
Get in the sauna.
Yeah, go bowling, go rock climbing, or just pounce on me. Yeah. Like, bring it. Like, I started to see just really sick signs of a sex addiction, basically. Okay. Wanted to have threesomes. Kept putting that shit on the table, kept telling him no. It ain't my thing. Yeah. Gave me guilt trips about that. Started to bring me articles. Wanted me to read articles about polyamory and threesomes and how it's totally okay to be a sexually aroused being. That's fine. Do your thing. I'm monogamous as fuck. Right. And I'm loyal. And I'm just that person. I can give a lot of love to that one man. Mm-hmm. I want a partnership. Right.
Right.
a partnership. I'm not trying to sport fuck or be on the hoe train.
The Godfather and his California hose. Oh, it's the Christmas season, JR. Ho, 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 ho.
Or trying to prove myself something with a bunch of bed notches. I'm not wired that way.
Or as the young people say, bodies.
So I just, you know, it was really hard to wrap my head around the person I was madly in love with.
Right.
Wanted all these things that were never discussed, never hoped for.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a healthy sex life. That's what makes me mad. We had sex at the American Apparel on Miami Beach. In the dressing room. I'm not a boring partner.
Right,
So
right.
I was shocked when it was always him wanting to involve someone else, or me feeling vibes and being like, I think he wants that bitch over there. And then like just feeling just not right.
Right, right.
It plays with your head and you start to feel like you're not enough, even when you are.
Mm-hmm.
It fucks with you.
Yeah.
And I don't like it when somebody, unbeknownst to me, even has that power to make me feel that unwanted. I don't ever want to go through that again.
Yeah, yeah.
Feeling that rejected, it's sickening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It really is.
And that's the take home I don't think these people get when they do play on good people.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're male or female, whoever is getting played probably has the bigger heart and is putting a lot more effort and love into that relationship.
Right, right.
Than the person that's like, oh, me. Come on now.
Okay, let's see. So, I don't want to take you back to a painful time.
Oh, you can.
Okay.
Let's do it.
But do you remember the actual breakup and how it went down?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was, yeah. So at the time, so I guess a little backstory was during all this time when all these red flags were coming up and I was like, okay, he's clearly not happy with me.
Mm-hmm.
Wants all these other people. I was starting to realize I had an illness, but I didn't know it at the time. So I was sick a lot. I felt like shit a lot. I was working full-time at a hair salon. But he would complain I wasn't making enough money. That's why I went to Teasers to try to cocktail, because I was like, well, I guess I got to bump it up to 60 hours a week to make this motherfucker happy.
Yeah.
I don't get that still. I had a job, I was working, but I'm like working and not feeling well. And so you don't feel sexy when you're unaware that you have an autoimmune disease. You just know you feel like shit every day and don't know why. You start to think it's normal.
Right.
You're like, oh, I'm 35. I work 50 hours a week. Maybe I'm supposed to feel like shit. Maybe everyone feels like this every day. So I started to really just hate life. I hated my job because it made me hurt physically. I hated coming home because things weren't right at home. So nothing was right. And that's when I think he was like, well, this is my out. So I think that's when he got really selfish. He was like, fuck this. So I left the hair industry. He told me he would be supportive of my career change, but he said he would only support me emotionally, not monetarily.
Say what?
But he didn't tell me that when I actually quit my job. He told me I had his full support and I was going to get my yoga training. I was going to teach yoga, work on my health, figure out what was wrong with my body. Because I knew I couldn't stand and do hair 40 hours a week anymore. It was killing me.
Right.
And so it was this weird transition of, I'm getting out of this industry. I'm going to really focus on health, spirituality. We were grounded. We had this cute little house. We had some acreage. I had some chickens. Like, we were gardening. I was doing it. I was so happy. We were writing music and like, I was just, I felt happy, even though I felt sick. It was just a weird dynamic, but he was so upset about the income or the lack thereof. He was basically like, I'm not providing for you. I'm not going to be the breadwinner here. You need to make some money. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was just taking whatever jobs I could find. And at the time, it was this part-time nanny job to a French family.
This is your new governess, Fräulein Maria. As I sound your signals, you will step forward and give your name. You, Fräulein, will listen carefully. Learn their signals so that you can call them when you want them.
Lisa. Friedrich. Luisa. Kurt.
Gretel.
that lived somewhere out in the country. And it was super part-time. It didn't pay that well. I didn't love the job. I didn't really connect with these kids, but the mother was like, nanny, I'm out of here. Yeah. So I made the most of it. The kids were cute. But I remember I really had to get it out of him. I had to literally, it was like pulling teeth. Like, what's wrong with you? You're coming home depressed. You're not talking to me much. We don't do anything. You're short with me. And that's when the insults started. And I knew something was wrong because I'm like, how do you go from loving somebody and writing passionate music and making passionate love, and then all of a sudden you're just like, you could have a better body? He said that to me one night, and I was like, whoa, you haven't been complaining for the last 6 years, so what's changed? And I knew, I sensed things, but at the time I was probably in such denial. But I don't like how he made me wait. He basically was like, when I was like, what the fuck is wrong? He was like, give me 2 days and we'll talk. Girl, I think my stomach was so fucked up for like that whole time because I already knew. I was like, it was in his tone. It was vibing off his skin. I just knew the end was nigh. I was like, we're going to break up. And I didn't know why, because I thought everything was fine. I did so much for this guy. Yeah. I thought we uplifted each other. But it turns out like, so I go to work and I'm sick to my stomach trying to take care of other people's kids. That's not an easy thing to do. And I didn't like that he made me wait. We live together. We're in the same house, bro. Talk to me. Don't make me wait 2 days. So I think he just was panicked. Like, I have to be honest with this girl after 6 years of leading her on. So, I got a bottle of wine, went home. It was summertime. After I left that job, I got a bottle of wine. Went to the house, and the house was like perfectly clean, but the energy was weird. And I poured a big glass, and I can't remember if he wanted a glass. I actually think he said no. His stomach was messed up too. So I poured this big ass glass of wine, and as soon as I'm like bringing it up to my lips, he said, it's probably not the exact words, but he basically was like, I'm discovering I'm polyamorous. I'm poly now. And I was like, oh no, this is what he fucking said, motherfucker. He said, it would bring me great joy to have sex with multiple people. Bring me great joy? Are you like the king of Siam, bro? Like circa 1752? What did you just say? I literally almost spit the wine out. And I was just like, and I knew it was something ridiculous. I knew it was going to hurt, but I didn't know. Right. He was like, oh, I don't want to leave you for one other person or another woman I've been seeing. I want to leave you for as many as I can fucking get. All of them. And that, we were sitting Indian style in a room where we had like pillows and cushions. It kind of looked like our little hookah spot. Yeah. And I shot right up, and I dumped my wine down the drain, and I grabbed my chihuahua and my sandals and ran out of the house barefoot. Got in the car and fucking drove away. Like, I was hysterical because nothing he was saying made sense. Although, I guess all those red flags and like, I have to have a threesome or I'm gonna die. Like, that shit is starting to make sense now. Yeah. But you could have told me that on like our second date, our third date. You could have told me that before we went to California, motherfucker. And then I brought you back to my hometown. My hometown. This is my turf, bro. You're coming here and now you want to bang all these people that I've done either business with or are colleagues of my friends or in the art and burlesque scene, bar scene. You're going to run into the same people. So fuck you, bro. Yeah. This isn't why I brought you here. Exactly. This is not my lifestyle. Exactly. So, literally, it was a crappy conversation. I literally left the house hysterical. I didn't want to hear what he had to say because I felt it was bullshit. Yeah. You don't just wake up one day and become poly. And what makes me even more upset, this motherfucker waited. It was our 6-year anniversary and he forgot. He forgot. And didn't even dawn on him that, for me, that was a huge mile marker. I had never been with someone that long in my life, in my whole adult relationship life.
Yeah.
Never made it to 6 years with anybody, and never was in love with anyone the whole time. Up until the very end, I remember coming home and he was working on a motorcycle, and I was just like, God, my man is so hot. Like, I am in love with this motherfucker working on this bike, getting all greasy.
Yeah.
And it just sucks because in his mind, he's like, I want out. As he's like fixing a bike, I want to fuck that bitch at the bar. I don't know, maybe whatever. But there were girls that made it obvious that they were next in line.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really sickening because they knew how serious he and I were. A couple of these girls even had come to our house for parties. And like literally, like this one bitch would look at me and she'd be like, hi, Deanna, hi, how are you? Your lipstick looks great. This is such a cool party. I've never had absinthe before. Ugh, girls like that, you know what I mean? Like,
how disrespectful of him.
Yeah.
To like.
Yeah.
I mean,
first of all, why is she at my house? I know she wants you. She's probably already had you, motherfucker. I can tell by her ridiculous
demeanor,
like giggling.
Yeah.
He was so disrespectful about the whole thing, I thought. And maybe in hindsight, I was disrespectful for running out of the house. But I mean, all you had to do was say, I'm done. I'm ready to move on. But the thing that makes me mad, it was just like the belittling and the insults that led up to that point. I'm sorry, but that whole, like, you could have a better body thing, like, you don't tell that to the woman you're in love with. The woman who was giving you her body for pleasure, I'm literally lining up my chakras with yours, motherfucker, and releasing bodily fluids. Like, this is a ritual, and you gotta be worth it to do that with me.
Yeah.
If you're complaining about how I look, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, you're blind. Third of all, go be with a bitch. Go be with someone else, because this is about you being bored with something or needing something that I can't give you. Which, whatever, I guess it is what it is. That's life. But don't make me feel less of a woman because you're not even half a man.
Exactly.
Don't put that shit on me.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yes. Print it, wear it, ship it on Amazon.
If there was anything, if given the opportunity, without holding back, what would you say to him if he was right here?
Right now?
Yeah.
Ugh. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if my eyes want to see him ever again.
But if you had the opportunity, like, just to say what was on your heart about how you felt about all of that, what would you say to him?
I would say that I wish at the time that I had the emotional stability to walk away more mature than I did. I don't think, like, I wouldn't have candy coated anything for him. I probably still wouldn't have made him feel very good, but I do wish I could go back and at least carry myself a little bit better, because I did fall apart.
Yeah.
I fell apart hard.
But rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, in one afternoon, I lost my partner, my band member, my house, and my farm, all in one fucking blow.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see it coming. I thought our goals and our love were stronger than that. Like, he would say shit like every morning we'd get up and make coffee. And I'll never forget this. It's burned in my brain, this memory. He said, not me. I'm pouring my cream and my coffee. That's the color of our child's skin, because, you know, he was Hispanic and I'm like super white. So he was like, our child is gonna have like this beautiful blend of mocha and cream. Because he knew I wanted a family. I made it abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he was dating, hey, I want a family and a farm, thinking I was gonna turn into some sex pot that was gonna let him fuck half the town. because he's just this polyamorous club douchebag now.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What made him think that a woman that wants children would be like, okay, let's fuck Olive Raleigh Durham.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I was honest from day one, and I feel like in the beginning he was so mesmerized with me and hadn't been with someone like me, so he was like, let me be what she needs, but the whole time he was fighting who he was.
Ooh, deep.
And I can't really fault him for that because he's human. He's trying to figure it out too, but we just didn't handle it well. And it does make me sad that we, after making such beautiful music together, we don't talk right now. Like, we're not friends. Just fine if that's your thing, but it's like, I mean, I'm sorry. I want my man to have other hobbies. Yeah. There's other things to do than to fucking watch porn. So, you know, let's go for a walk. Let's book a trip. Let's
do something.
Go to the beach. Let's build a birdhouse. Like, I mean, there's so many things we could do. I see too many men though, and even young guys, like, for example, like, I know some 30-year-old guys right now that they act 18. Yeah. And I'm just like, when are you gonna grow up a little bit there? Like, and it just sucks because I'm noticing younger men just want to live in a rap video every day. They just want to get high. They want to smoke their dabs. They want to phone their bitches. Yeah. And that's all they want to do. And they want to, whatever, I don't know. Yeah. I just don't know. I'm a little disappointed, really. Okay. Because I think men could do so much better. And I think if they could actually learn to respect women and talk to women and find a way to respect them, we're not just objects. We're not just pretty things. Right. Like, we're actually fucking people. Yeah. That have done great things. Mm-hmm. I mean, women have done a lot of great things, but, you know, history is male dominated, so you only hear about the good things they do. Yeah. But I don't know. There's a part of me that's hopeful, but that part of me has shrunken a little bit. And I feel like I'm just more like, you know, keep your eyes open, stay realistic. Like, yeah, you feel bad vibes, it's because they're there. It's because they're yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess
this was fun.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you decided you to do this.
Thank you for having me. This was, I've never been interviewed before.
Yay.
Thanks.
This is the first of many.
Cool.
Okay. How do you feel?
I feel good. That was fun. Yeah. I feel like it was pretty much focused all on him, but because the other relationships kind of just didn't have the same impact. Right. And it's interesting because it was so easy to leave the other ones. It was easy to leave. It was easy to leave Rush. Yeah. Because that motherfucker was so in love with himself. Like, he was like, Deanna, who's Deanna? Yeah. Dumbass. Right. So it was just, you know, but just, it was that one. Yeah. Yeah. It's always that one. Yeah. It's always that one. And I'm just like, I don't know. Just not the same person. Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. It gave me a backbone I don't think I had. And that's what you can gain from it. Yeah. That's what you can gain. I mean, it's like the blister, if you will, that eventually makes you stronger. Mm-hmm. Because I guess at that point I was just a little too doughy-eyed and dreamy-eyed and just like, just so in love. Like, it was stupid how much in love with him I was. Yeah. Like, just blind. Yeah. Completely blind. I know. Yeah. And it's like you see it when it's almost too late, and then it's like, bam. It's in your face. Blows up in your face, and then you're like, okay, well, that's over. It's time to move the fuck on. But yeah, I'm